All right. Come on. Should be live. Give me a second here. There we go. Come on now. All right. So while I was offline, I cleaned up a lot of this. Whoops. Heads up. I mean, one thing real quick here. Let's give that a sharp edge. All right. I cleaned up a lot of the geometry in this general vicinity through in here. I didn't like the way the reflections were looking through here, and I had some kind of funky geometry in here. So I just kind of transferred the geometry into here so that this is all flat and it'll look just fine. So I can have like my weird shaped quad there, and that's all fine. Just kind of got it off of here so that I could get better reflections along the A pillar. So now that that's making more sense, it's time to start working on the 4-door version. And in order to start doing that, I'm going to grab my target. I think I already made, I made a copy of it already. So I've already made a copy. This is a duplicate of the original target. And I'm basically just going to kind of slice and dice this guy up. And make sure I got the right name for it. No, it's not the right one. Where did I put it? No, that's a roof. I did that for the convertible. Hold on, give me a second. Maybe I didn't make a copy of it yet. I don't think I did. So let's make a copy of it. Thought I had made a copy. Let me duplicate this guy here. Now I have two. Let me hide the original one. Let's name this sedan underscore target. And it's really LWD for long wheelbase sedan. Something like this. LWB, long wheelbase sedan target. Alright, so I guess ideally what I'll do is from side view, just kind of, let's get into X-ray mode, make sure I select everything. Oh, not that much though. Come on. Come on. There, I want that. We'll basically make this a little bit longer, and so I don't want to make it too much longer. So let's just move it back along the Y, maybe, what, 40-ish centimeters? That would be, what, 10, 20, 30, 40-ish centimeters would be right about there. Pretty long. That might be a little too long. I don't think I want it quite that far. Let's go back 10. Let's try this. Let's try 30-ish centimeters. That might be okay. That might be an alright length. So if I'm going to have a 4-door, we're going to probably want to bulge this out a little bit. I got some lag going on in my computer. I may have to like save this and reopen it because sometimes I get some memory hog going on here. Oh yeah, we got, oh, photos is taking up a bunch of memory. I'm gonna just close that. Close photos. Sometime today. Oh yeah, it's got like some kind of memory leak thing going on. Check it now. Still, look at all that memory usage. What's hogging my memory? Nothing in particular. Good grief. All right. Try this way. Let me try saving and closing Blender. Man, there's some serious lag. Hell. I did save it. What are you talking about? Save it. Are we doing okay now? Did we settle down? Alright, we settled down with the memory usage. Didn't have to close anything. Good grief. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened there, but a bit of a mess, didn't we? I didn't mean to grab this line. I'm going to move it back. And maybe I'll just scale it up a little bit. Let me make sure I have active element. Let's make it as tall as the rest of the roof up here. And I kind of want to make this maybe a little more bulgy, if that makes sense. So let me grab something like this section from side view. Let's try a proportional edit. Let's enable that. Let's just maybe go up on the Z. Maybe something like this. Kind of want to get a bit of a Panamera look going, right? I don't know if I want to move. I don't think I want to move the top of the fenders or anything. So let's like hide this section. Oops. Let's hide all that. Let's select that and hide it. Now, like I said, I just want a little bit of a upward bulge. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little something like that. Let me unhide everything. Throw a couple edge loops in here. Alright, that maybe gives me a little better. Maybe I went a little too far. Let me just kind of grab this whole section and I'll manually move it down. Feels like it's too bulgy now. I'll move that down just a little. How's that look? Alright, let's try moving some of this down a bit. Make that a little bit less funky looking. Okay. So that's probably a decent shape for a four-door. So now that I have that, alright, now that I have that, okay, yeah, very laggy stream. Is it fixed yet? Has some memory capacity issues. Just typing that in chat real quick. Looks like it's okay now. Yeah, I definitely had a memory got full and everything got really bad. It was the computer was lagging, not the stream. Yeah. Okay. So let me highlight the car that I copied over. So we're going to carve this guy up. And oh, tech support has arrived. Yeah, hello. Let me go put tech support in. Give tech support a different job. Alright, so let's carve this guy up here. Try to figure out what's going to be a good spot. Maybe here. Maybe that's a good line to get started with. Maybe this one. Because I want to preserve... Yeah, I think this will be a good line. Let me hide that. And let me hide this. And I will select there, there, and there. Let me go ahead and pull the target back up so I can see it. Wrong target. Long wheelbase target. Alright, so now I can see that. Move it back until get about lined up roughly there. Something like that. And let me change my targets on all my shrink wraps. I don't know if I want to do that just yet. Yeah, I probably want to do that now. Let's go ahead and change it to the LWB target. Just changing all the modifiers over to the long wheelbase target. 3 shrink wraps. Long wheelbase target. Okay, so that should help us with reshaping this a bit. All right, now a tab in. It's going to be pretty stretchy looking. You can see it'll be but it is starting to bulge out pretty good. But I kind of want to manually fix. If I tab in here, you'll see how far down this is, and it'll kind of correct itself. But I kind of want to manually help it out a little bit. Let's give it give it a little proportional edit upwards. Just a little easy one. Not too much. Well, kind of the same as before. I guess I should hide parts of this mesh. So let's go ahead and get in here. Let's hide all that. And I'll select these guys and hide that. Okay. And we can hide this. Whoops. Ooh. Hide it. Make sure we don't accidentally pull any of the wrong parts there. Alright, pull this guy up till it's about there. Alright. Unhide everything. Now, hopefully, I'm not having... I left that on. That could be a problem. Damn it. Okay, I think I can get around this. I have accidentally welded my my underbodies to the car because I had auto merge editing on at a point. So now what I have to do to fix this is, I'm pretty sure I have this selected. Oops, let me go disable that. Let me make this a separate. Ah, man, this didn't work either. Bummer. Oh, I made a mess. I made a mess I gotta fix now. Alright, well, I'll just run around here and try to fix this. It's all welded together because I keep leaving auto merge editing on by accident. Overcoming myself here. Good times. Alright, let's keep grabbing more of this stuff here. And I just box select it and get most of it. Yeah, that probably worked pretty well. Okay, that's correct. That's correct, except for that's too much selection. Alright, what I'll do is I'll just separate it into a separate object real quick. So now, how are you still connected to anything? Hold on a second. Do I have duplicates or something? Let's select everything, remove doubles. Can't be right, is it? Oh, it's probably just shrink wrap. That's what's going on there. Oh. Just remove. Well, we'll apply. That's right, we did this before. That's right, so we got to apply our various shrink wrap modifiers. And then, there we go. Now they're all set. Now we can put it back together. Should be okay now. And nope. Had model merge editing off this time, didn't I? I did. Let me make sure I go ahead and remove everything now. Remove, remove, remove. There it goes. Okay, that's fixed. I can get back to what I was doing. Trying to square away my shape now. I kind of want to leave, I want to move the door this way a little bit at some point. And I can probably do that just by, it's going to be interesting, because I'm probably going to want to keep this little line going this way as well. Maybe what I should have done is moved, yeah, I should have moved the whole door back and then like split the door. So it's not too late to do that. Let's grab some more door. Let's get into X-ray mode. Let's grab this whole thing. Let's grab this whole thing. Move that along the Y. About like so. And this is going to take some... Alright, I should probably actually start deleting some of these. Don't need all those. It sucks if it's going to delete some of my window. But I mean, I got to make sacrifices. Maybe I'll just leave that there for now. Let's delete this. Alright, let's delete these. Let's grab this, but not that. Keep moving that back. Be right about there. Okay, maybe we can kind of join this back together a little bit. Let's start with this up here. That should still be... What's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's fill that. Grab this edge. Fill. Should be able to start filling down here to about there. Okay. Now, because we need to add a couple edge loops, let me go like this and this, and oh, hold on. Let's fill this. Fill this one line up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I just want from here to here, there, 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 and there, and I'll make an n-gon there. And so I'll fill these up all the way down. Everything should still line up all the way to the bottom of the lip. Oops, went a little too far. And let's see. Should have 2, 1, 2, something like that. And let's join that together, and let's join that together. All right. So that'll probably keep my shape a little bit better, and then I can just kind of probably want to move the door seam back a little bit further, and then cut this door in half so we have 2 doors with a new seam. Now, let me see, what can I do in this general area? Because obviously I have a big mess going on, so let's start fixing some of this. Let's see. Side view. Let's just start scaling this up on the z-axis. Try to get it lined up a little bit, and you know the shrink wrap is going to do some of this for us, but it's not going to do all of it for us. So we've got a big job ahead still. Big job ahead still for sure. Come on, just a little bit. All right, let's throw some edge loops in here. Okay, at least we're starting to get somewhere. Let's, I guess we should start with cleanup now. Let's start by cleaning up the window section, because we can save this, I think. We're not stuck with anything that's too out of whack here. So let's just grab face select view, grab the faces, and we'll make those the correct material. We'll start with that. I'm going to do the same thing over here. This guy, these guys, make them paint. Alright, now, it's already probably not too shabby, other than I added these edge loops, and I need to fix up this section here that belongs to a different vertex group. I don't know if any of these belong to anything yet, so let me see. Let's add these. Let me start with the first shrink wrap group, so that's going to be in vertex groups. I'll assign it there. Yeah, I should do the same thing with the door things that I just added. Let's make sure that these get signed up. Shrink wrap group 1. Now, a lot of this stuff here belongs to shrink wrap group 2, but not 1. So this one, this one, this one, on the way down to here at least, and probably one more there. Alright, yeah, those guys belong, but these do not. Deselect those. Start deselecting the excess. I don't want as part of shrink wrap group 2. This shrink wrap group 2, or 3 actually. I think we're on 3, not 2. 2 is the windows. 3, I believe, is the head bumps. And I probably should have named them accordingly so it would have been easier to remember, rather than just giving them random names like I've done. So let's deselect all these. Now just the head bump. So let's remove that from shrink 1 and let's apply it to shrink 3. Assign it to shrink 3, and that should, hopefully, especially if I move it up a little bit. There we go. That kind of fixes that up a little bit. Still have some paint needs to be assigned more. Oh man, I keep doing that. Stop doing that. Edit mode. Alright, let's get here. And let's make sure we fix up our materials. And let me get into a different shading mode so I can see them a little bit better. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Alright, those are two-tone. That's starting to make a little more sense. Okay. So it might be a decent idea at this point to start to just like apply. Wow, look at this. Let me make sure that these are removed from all vertex groups. And I think, yeah, that needs to be removed from all groups. So that should just go up here, remove from anything that's causing that issue. Okay. Alright, anyway, it might be a good idea to apply these. Although, yeah, let's do that real quick. So, you don't want to apply these until you apply, well, I guess the mirror doesn't matter, it's the subsurf that matters. The mirror will be fine. So let's apply these, copy and apply each one. So let's copy this one and apply that one. Let's copy this one and apply it. Copy this one and apply it. Alright, now the mesh will be more indicative of, yeah, now it's actually stuck to where it needs to be stuck to. So I've got, you can see this guy didn't get, these four are probably just not in the correct group, and so they got stuck. So let's get that fixed. Let's make sure we remove them from shrink wrap group and apply them to shrink 3. Move them up, and yeah, there we go. Now it makes sense. Alright, these guys here are fine. Let me see about, or have a rear engine option as well. Yes, the 4-door is going to be rear and front engine, just like the 2-door. It'll be the same thing. GY. Let me move this one in a little. I want to clean this curve up. The curve looks a little funny to me. So now we're into this part where we're going to be just doing a lot of this. A lot of tweaking and moving stuff around, because a lot of this stuff is just kind of doing weird things. And so it's just going to be a bit of finagling it until it's not doing weird things anymore. And yeah, it's not going to be a fast process by any means. This will definitely take some time. Kind of get these to make sense. Alright, so what do I got going on here? I need to make this into a sharp edge, so I can kind of have a cleaner window. Let's make sure I didn't over-select, and I have. Because I don't want this or that. Or what the heck's going on there? I don't want that being a sharp edge. So yeah, let's go ahead and make that a sharp edge. Alright, let's take a look at that. Looking at the top here. Alright, we've mostly salvaged the top. That's cool, because remember we made it more bulgy. So let me take a look at the reflections, just kind of going along just the top of the roof. See the curvature, and it's a little flat up here. And let me check, maybe I need to check the target mesh, because I think maybe the target mesh is a little flat. And yeah, you know, the target mesh is just a touch flat right here. So let's go ahead and maybe just tiny bit of upward bulge here. Like this. And maybe I'll do the same thing with this line. Just a little. Maybe I don't want to do the whole line. Maybe I just want to do just from here up. Let's move it up. And kind of the same thing here. Maybe I just want to move this up just a little. Kind of using my eye. Maybe I'll bring this one down actually. I'm using my eye to follow the curve. And something funky right here. So let's move this up a little. Yeah, that looks a little, maybe a little bit caved in here. Let's move these up together. I think that looks better. Alright, so now that should automatically move, move that into position. And that looks Much better. And of course now I'm kind of out of whack again because I've moved the mesh all around. Let's see if I can fix this. That might be a good idea since I've kind of redone that. So let's recopy and reapply these. Copy, apply, copy, apply, copy, apply. All right, now let's jump in here and fix this up. And it's almost as though you guys just don't want to be part of the crew. All right, so is it just a matter of... Hold on, I should be able to select this. Let me see. If I select shrink 3, yeah, it's all part of the group. Oops, the window's part of shrink 3. That shouldn't be part of shrink 3. Oh, okay, well, I found a little bug there. Let's fix that. A little bug in my own work. Let's remove these. Let's remove those from shrink 3. They should only be part of shrink 2. Shrink 2 is glass. Okay. Back to the roof. So, shrink, let me see, make sure that shrink 2 is, see, I've got the roof in shrink 2 group. That's wrong. That's not right. So let's feel like I got, yeah. One more. All right, let's remove those from shrink 2 and make sure they're only in shrink 3. Okay, now I should be able to grab these guys, which are just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like so. I'll just move them up. Get them, yeah, there we go. That's just a little issue on my part here. Oh, let's move these guys up. There, that should fix that up. Cool. All right, now let's check our reflections. Everything in the front should be fine because we didn't touch the front. Now, going on to the back, going onto the back window. Yeah, okay. Everything back here should be fine because we haven't really done anything. We just kind of messed with the middle. So that takes care of the top. Now we got to work on the side. Let me make sure this seam, because I did work on this seam a little bit. Make sure this seam is not too, yeah, it kind of does a little bit of bulge here. And I don't know, it's probably not a ton I can do about that without redoing the target mesh. So let's see what that looks like. Is that too offensive? Is that going to look okay? It's probably going to look just fine. Okay, so let me see about if I can push this door in any further. And let's see, I don't have a lot to work with. There's very little room to work with altogether here. I have some pretty short doors if I make that a door already. I wonder if I can use, maybe I can use a proportional edit real quick. Give me just a tiny bit more space. And I'll fix up this quarter glass. I know that that's really ugly right now, but I'm not going to trip on it at the moment. We can fix that, no problem. So let me do a quick proportional edit and see if I can like help myself out here by moving this back. See, I can't be moving the fender or the quarter. I can move some of this back. And it's not really, I can get it a little bit further back, but not too much. Maybe if I put it right about here, that might be as far back as I'm willing to go. And then we have a lot of tight geometry. We can kind of just clean it up a bit. Let me see, how are we looking? So the geometry got tight in here, so I'll have to like space this out, which is no big deal. Let's start by deselecting this here. And let me see about spacing this back out using proportional edit again. I'll just kind of like do something like this. Start bringing it back around a little. Unspace it out. Touch. All right. All right. How's that look? So yeah, that should go. That makes those reflections look okay. Let's take a look at the door scene. I kind of have. I've lost my. I lost my thing here a little bit, and I probably need to do that. I need to fix that up in the target mesh. No, I did bring that back, didn't I? So I brought this back in the target mesh. So where am I looking at? Oh wait, I'm in the wrong one. Wrong target mesh. I didn't bring it back. So yeah, that's why I have that issue. So let's play around with this a bit. Let me try deleting these. Risky proposition. Let me try deleting those. And what I'll do is just from side view, I'll extrude, keeping the angle going, extrude, about like so. And then, let me see, we need to face those up, face these up, and everything else should face back up, pretty straightforward like. I'll make sure my normals stayed the right direction. Yep, they did. Okay, so now I have my crease going like so. And I don't know if I want it that high. We'll see. Let me take a look at it with the car. Oh, I do. Yeah, okay. So that brought my crease back along. And I probably just need to, like, see the geometry doesn't really follow it. So I'm probably just going to have to tweak this geometry a bit until it follows this angle just a little bit better. That's going to take a minute. And I might actually want a visual aid. Let me make myself a little visual aid for this. Let me make a mesh plane, a separate object. Oops, didn't go where I expected it to. Back on this thing again. Making objects and not showing up. There it goes. Oops, I have it aligned to view. I was working on a Corvette project last night for my photorealistic Corvette project. And anyway, besides the point, I changed my settings. And let's add a little solidify modifier to this just to make it like 1 millimeter thick. Okay, now let's turn on wireframe. Let's see what I'm working on. Go into side view, I'll be able to see my plane here. And let's just move this. Give myself a little rotate. And like I said, I just need a little visual aid. I help myself. That's about the angle I want to get these lines followed up with. So let me tab out of that. Get rid of the wireframe. And now I can just see the line. And so I'll start moving stuff in a way. Oh, I can use proportional editing still. Kind of like move everything smoothly. Not move too much. It'll help push these guys down out of the way a little bit without crowding them, so that's kind of a nice little help there. And then let's round this off some. And yeah, I don't know if I want proportional editing there so much. Just scroll down a little bit. Yeah, let's bring this one down a little. Okay. So now let's work on the rest of this. And now that I have the bottom kind of lined up, I can just basically sort of fiddle around with the rest of this until I have it lined up with the bottom. So let's hide that plane. I don't need to see the plane anymore. Turn off proportional editing. And let's see. Actually, no. Let me turn on the plane again. Let me turn on the plane. Let me go back to my target here. Let me see the plane. Okay, so you see the plane is not lined up with the angle. Let's do that. Let's get the plane lined up with the angle here. Do that and move it up a little. And maybe I just need to make it a little bit wide. No, it's wide enough. It's already poking through the body, so that should be good. All right, let's hide that. Get this, get back into side view. Now that's the angle I want to follow for the rest of the geometry. I really can't see it that well. I want to make it a little bit thicker. Let me change this to more like 3 millimeters. Okay, I see it better now. Okay. Let's kind of, maybe I do want to turn proportional editing back on. Let's turn that back on. It doesn't really work in edge slide mode, so I just kind of have to manually move them a little. So I'm just going to kind of do that. Let me just move them a little bit at a time. And some of these are, yeah, so that's okay. Let's put these ones like right down below it or on it. And it's going to be a little bit funky to sit here and do this with proportional editing on or off. I work around here. Just keep messing with it. So it looks a little bit more sensible. Put that guy there. Alright, let's just edge slide. Let's just do some edge slides here. Get these up out of the way. There we go. Maybe balance this out a little bit. Okay, let's keep going. Let's maybe move that one up a little. That one down. That's kind of keeping up with the angle there. Let's keep on going here. Alright, we're at the front of the car now, where everything is pretty much the way it was, so I don't have to change too much in here at all. Let's see how that looks. Alright, let me hide the plane so we can get a better view and turn on the matte cap. Much better. Alright, so now we have our crease running through the long door. Before I add the door seam, let's fix this area up here, because that's the final piece of this puzzle. Let's go ahead and add our oh, hey there. Hey there. And add our sharp edges back real quick. And it looks like this is going to be a big mess to clean up. Oh, show. Okay, but anyway. What can we do to unmess this? Let me bring this guy up. Well, we need to be in X-ray mode, so actually select everything. Alright, so we'll bring that one up there. Let's get everything straightened out here in side view. And I'm trying to figure out just kind of visually how this is going to play out. Maybe there. And not quite. I have to keep messing with these until I get a good curve. Well, that looks a lot better. Now let's try to fix up this bottom one. This one has... Okay, let's turn proportional editing on. Because this has kind of picked up the fender, sorry, the quarter a little bit, and brought this up. So I don't really want it to look like that. I kind of want it to be more like this. Let me bring it down. I'm still using some proportional editing here. Just kind of working this out here. Maybe that was actually in decent shape. Maybe pick this one up like this. And maybe move this one a little bit, like maybe without proportional editing on that one. Let's just kind of bring this one. Now it's kind of looking. I feel like actually this could probably come down. Just this bottom one. Okay. So from side view at least, it's fixed, but it's not straight from top view. And it's because I think primarily that it's kind of the same situation we were at before, where we had stuff that needs to be assigned to the correct vertex group and moved into the correct position. So let's go up here and let's start by removing it from everything. And I'm going to add it to shrink 2, which is our glass. And then I think we just move it in a little. Heads up. Why do I have doubles here? I didn't extrude this, did I? Oh, it's not doubles. It's just being weird. Let me try to get a little closer view of what's going on up here. Now let's bring it in. Yeah, I have some weirdness. I'm not entirely sure what's up with this, but we're not getting. Let me go check my my target mesh. Shouldn't be wavy there. It's pretty straight. But the target mesh isn't wavy. The glass shouldn't end up too wavy. Let me double check. Make sure that everything here is on the up and up. Let me take a look at it in wireframe view. I don't have any kind of weird. Something might be a bit of a bulge right here. So maybe I can fix something. Yeah, it's a little bulgy. Okay, what is it? What is bulgy about this? What is causing this outward bulge? Not quite sure what's doing it. I think it's this one. Try bringing it in just a little. Maybe like that. That seems to be a touch of a bulge. Right in here, maybe this part is in some. I just moved it out, now it's in. That wasn't really it. Maybe it needed to go the other way? Pretty flat. Pretty straight. Alright, so this isn't the issue. It's not this. It's something to do with... again. Let me get out of wireframe. Something to do with these guys. Just not cooperating. Let me make sure. What happens if I take shrink 2? Let me change this real quick to something like 1 centimeter. It's a bit of a mess. Alright, so let's see if I can just kind of fix everything in here. I'm going to take this back to where it was, which was 3 millimeters. And let's see if I can... Look at this, it's like inverted. That is some very strangeness. That has somehow crossed over, like inverted. Look at that. That shouldn't be there like that. How far down is it inverted? So it's basically right there, so this is okay. But it's all inverted in here, all the way down to there, so that's okay. So let's deselect get into a better visual situation here. Alright, I'm trying to bring these out. Shouldn't be in. I'm getting somewhere. But man, this window glass just not cooperating. I'm going to have to apply these again because I need to see better what's going on. So let me copy and apply. Make sure that's the right one. Let's shrink, right? So apply, collapse it, copy, apply, collapse it, copy, apply, collapse it. All right. So what is going on? Why are we all over the map here? Yeah, there's just a mess. This glass has turned into a gigantic mess somehow. Sticking out? Over here it's sticking in. Over here it's... Okay, well, let's keep messing with it, I guess. Let me grab all this glass material. Select. I don't want anything but the side glass. And let's grab... Sure we have all of this. Actually, no. Let me go back. All of this needs to be selected as well. Man, what a mess. Look at this. I end up just redoing this glass altogether. At this point, it's such a mess. Alright, let's redo a lot of this. Let's figure out where it's good. So it's fine up until about where we added our edge loops in earlier. So let's just keep this section here. And oops, let's start deleting stuff. I'm going to delete those vertices. I'm going to delete this seam. Actually, the seam's probably a good guide. I might want to leave that in place. No. Yeah, this kind of sucks. I've got to redo all this. I just don't understand what's wrong with it. Let's just go grab those. Let's delete this seam. Let's do everything from here over. Well, maybe not this. This line seems to be fine. Let's not delete that one. Yeah, let's delete those. Alright, and this guy. And from here to here. Come on, the whole shebang. Delete those. And let's see, from here to here. No, just from there. Yeah, I missed those originally here. Eventually, we will delete them. Okay. Now I can just face it up with an end gun. And, oh, something I missed one. Oh, I have some extra stuff over here. Let's delete those. Okay. Now, face that up with an end gun. Let's see. So this is the outer edge of the lip, which is the same as this. Should be part of... Well, let me take a look here. Currently part of shrink group. So let's make sure they're all part of shrink group 1. Oops, not apply. I want to just assign it shrink group 1. Okay. Now the outside lines are taken care of. Now I basically have, if I look in here, I get 1, 2, 3 maybe I can do this with an inset. And just inset it very. Do one. No, I don't know if that inset's going to help me out right off the bat. Maybe what I can do is that. And let me jump in here. Yeah, I got all this extra mess. Let me just merge these. I'll alt merge at center. Probably do the same thing up here. I'm going to merge it at that one. At last. I think up here should be okay. So now I want to add in 2 edge loops going this way. And that'll stop in this general area. So let's jump in here and fix this up some. So let's maybe edge slide that till it's about there. Let's edge slide this one. Come on. Let's edge slide this, edge slide that one there. Let's edge slide that one there. All right, now I can dissolve these edges, dissolve edges, and then we will join these back together. And I have extra geometry I don't need, right? Yeah, I have extra geometry I don't need. Just turn on auto merge editing. I'll just edge slide that up there. Do the same thing here. Do the same thing here. And let me just try. I should be able to just merge these, right? And these are so close together again. It's going the wrong way. Be back there. Seems like it'll do anything. Anyway, let's do alt merge at last. Second one, alt merge at last, and then this one goes into the glass. Alt merge at last. Okay. So now, let's see, the way this is set up is this line, not that one, but this one, this one. That's actually extra geometry. So let me alt merge that at last there. Let me do the same thing over here. Let me take a look. No, that one's actually already set. So basically this whole line, but not this area of it. And we're going to move this. Look at that. That might be why the glass is wonky, because you know, it seems like it should be pretty flat when it's all said and done. Anyway, let's move this back. Make sure that this becomes part of shrinkwrap group 2. So we remove it from 1. I'm going to apply it to 2. You should just be able to move it in. And that's making more sense already. So face select, let's face that and make it into window. Yeah, it looks terrible because it's not faced up. It's just a giant end-on. So all we have to do now is face it all up. So let's do that now. Get out of this view, get into that view. And let's see, I think it goes about from here, not there, but from back down here, right? Yeah, from there to here, we will hit J to join it. From there to here, we'll hit J to join it. And let's see, might be easiest. It's going to be the easiest way to do this. And I guess I can just manually join it up. J. Let's work our way down. And oh boy, that's a fun one, huh? Yeah, good times. Good old times here. Join that up. And join that one, keep on going. Excuse the vertigo. On that one. Invalid selection order. Oh, because I got this already. Deselect it. Join that. Join that. Join that guy. Whoa. Whoa. Join that guy. And then this should be the last one. Okay, let's get this outer line selected. We'll make it a sharp edge, just like the rest of it. Make that into a sharp edge. And then we need to select all of these and make sure, once again, that we're not part of the shrink group. We're only part of shrink 2. All right, let's see how that looks. Okay, that's flat at least. Yeah, it's inset just about the right amount. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Now I don't need this to be a seam up here. That's the wrong material. This should not be seam materials. Let me go ahead and do something like this. And oh, I got a little too much. This I think is just supposed to all be window trim. Material, window trim, assign. There. The seam should just be on the outside, not on the inside. So there we go. Let's just inset a little bit. Should be pretty consistent throughout the whole glass. Yep. All right, cool. So that's significantly better. It's a little bit wobbly in here for some reason. It gets a little tiny bit wobbly. Not bad. I might just want to clean up some of this, because that looks, see, that's taking a little bit of a dip right in here. Let's see if I can fix that up a little. Just moving it up. Oh, back in X-ray mode. I'm going to fix this curvature. And that's done a thing. How did I lose my sharp edge there? Why? I kind of lost. Oh, I think I know why. I got sucked in a little bit. Let me do everything except this. Move that other one in. There. That should fix that. Okay. There, that fixes that. Now it's follows the curve. The roof is still, in my opinion, maybe a little bit, maybe a tiny bit out of shape up there, but it's pretty modest. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to have to fix it in the target mesh. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably all right. I think we're all right. This just because of the shape of here, we're kind of going to be stuck with it. Kind of doing this little dippy dive. It should look okay by the time we add some seams to it. Let's add a door seam. Let's get something like a door going here-ish. Let's see, what do I have to work with? Alright. Well, let's move this one a little bit this way. I think I want to use this one maybe. So let's start with moving it back a little. Give myself more room to work with. Alright. Deselect those, deselect this, and we'll start to edge slide some angle into it. Let me zoom in a little more. Just eyeing it up. Good times, good times. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Well, too extreme an angle on it. I mean, doors don't really have extreme angles in situations like this. They have much angle at all to them, really. It probably... I don't know if that's... Is that too much angle? I wonder what a Panamera even looks like. Let me see. Take a quick look online here. What the rear door on a Panamera look like? Or the middle part of the rear doors. If I find a good side picture, there's one. Alright, let's bring this over here. So it's pretty straight. That would have probably made more sense to do that, huh? To do a door seam that looked like that. Have it kind of cut across the wheel well there. And, well, whatever. We are where we are. We're going to get what we get. So anyway, yeah, I think it's maybe it's a little too angled. Let me bring some of this angle back just a little. And I'm going to use the shear tool to do this. Maybe I just want to do that a little bit. And in fact, let me save. Undo that. I don't want to select this just yet. Hold on. Selection tool. Deselect that. Shear tool. Over here. Bend that a little bit straighter. Just like that. Okay. Oops. Back to the selection tool. Edge slide this guy into position. Alright, I think that will make a little bit more sense. Alright, let's give it a seam. That should be pretty straightforward-ish. So let me see. We need the seam to go up to here. So I'm going to select up to that point, and we will get some ugliness here, and then we'll fix that with the knife tool. And same thing down here. I don't actually want the seam selected for now. Just for now. And we'll clean this up in a minute. So let's go ahead and throw our seam in here. So I'm going to bevel it. 2, 3, 4. It's going to make a 5. Make the same size as all of our other seams. Give it the placement material. Alright, now let's clean these up. So let's go ahead and dissolve this one. Dissolve that vertice. I'm going to use the knife tool. We've done this a little bit earlier today. We did something like this. Let's go ahead and join this one. And grab the knife tool here. Probably actually go this way with it. Either way, works just fine. Slide that over a little. Alright, grab this one. Bring it up. Knife tool it there. I'm going to do the same thing here. Bring it on up. Knife tool it there. Cool, and then make this all lip material. Alright, I'll do the same thing down here. Same process. I'll just dissolve this. And you can join that one. And then let me give myself a little bit more viewing space here. Alright, let's knife this up. Something like that. We're getting somewhere now. Alright. Make this all lip placement. Line it. There. So that will be our four-door. And I gotta fix up some sharp edging up in here or something. We got some weird... it's not a sharp edge issue. It might just be I added a bunch of stuff and it doesn't know what to do with it yet. So let me make sure these guys... Yeah, see, some of it got assigned to the shrink group. It shouldn't be on there, so remove that. Make sure they're all assigned to... Oops, no, remove from shrink, assign it to shrink 2. There we go. Still looks a little funny. What's going on here? Do I need to move it back some? Yeah, I just needed to move it back a little. And it still doesn't quite look right to me. Something over here is out of whack. This is not in the right location. Good grief. How did that get over there? Alright, let's straighten that up. Okay, how's that looking? Alright, this over here is out of whack. Move it in some. Sure, it's also part of the shrink group. I need to remove it. There it goes. Okay. Okay, now we're making sense. Let's take a look at the bottom. Probably going to have similar... Oh, everything's looking alright on the bottom. Okay. Cool. Oh, I need a seam over here, do I? I already have one. I just need to change the color of it. And yeah, we'll make sure everything is as it should be. Like so. Let's give that lip placement material. Alright. Makes a really short back door. So let me pull up that picture of the Panamera again, because now I'm starting to have second thoughts. The best kind of thoughts to have are second thoughts. Yeah, I kind of almost want to do that. And I don't know though. No, I think it would break up the flow. Because I have this, and I still don't like that. Still don't like this corner glass the way that it is. Just looks funny to me. Got just this weird curvature to it. And alright, I'm going to try to fix this curvature. I'm going to do it. It's just driving me insane. So I'm going to start by moving some of these down. Give myself a little more room. Alright. Let's see what we can do. So the trick is to keep it, generally speaking, on the the target mesh as possible. Because it keeps getting sucked in, right? So I want to know about where that point is, so it doesn't get sucked in too much. All right, let's try this. Right about there. Yeah, got it pretty much right on there. So how's that look? Significantly better. I might want to move that one actually up a little bit here. Oh man, that's so much better. Yeah, that's a lot better. Let's see if I can fix up some of these. So this is looking a little funny to me. And this is looking a little bit funny to me. I want it to go up a little. Just a little bit. Same with this one. Just a tiny bit. Maybe I can bring them all up a little bit more. All three of these at the same time, maybe. Let's see. Just a little. And then right here, I want to bring this one up again. Just trying to be a little bit of a perfectionist. I really want that window to look better, and that makes a lot more sense to me. Yeah, okay. There we have a decent curve going. Woo-wee! Not too shabby, huh? Cool. Cool. So we have a sort of rip-off Panamera, and I could have done a better job with looking at a photograph. Look at a freaking photograph of it first, huh? If I had, I would have done this. Probably would have spent my time doing that, but alas, here we are. And just use the geometry I have. It's probably easier this way, and I don't know if I would have actually done that. I probably would have thought about it and said, oh man, that's a lot more work. And this was already quite a bit of work. How long did that take? An hour and 12 minutes? That's actually not too bad. An hour and 12 minutes is how long this stream has been going on. That's about how long it took me to make this 4-door. Okay. Cool, that is not too shabby, huh? Let me see here. RX-7 style. What does that mean? What do you mean by RX-7 style? Is it the door? Are you talking about the door, the way the door looks? But yeah, that's pretty much done. I'm gonna obsess over my reflections here for a few minutes, so bear with me while I make sure everything is where I want it to be. Okay. Yeah. Right on. Okay. Smaller rear door, yeah. I guess it's RX-7 style. Small rear door. Whoa, what's going on here? What has happened over here? Something. I must have hit a fill. I've got a weird face. Check that out. Yeah, there's some sort of face has gone awry. Oh, where it is. Where are you, weird face? I've got something that filled. Whoa, I've got weird edges and stuff. Yeah, so I made some kind of a weird... Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. Let's just delete that edge, see what happens. Okay, I can live with that. Fix this up. Let me delete this edge. Let me delete this edge. Yeah, so something must have like accidentally extruded. I must have done some kind of accidental extrusion or something. I don't know. Something odd happened in there. So anyway, okay. That's why I go about obsessing over my reflections. Because sometimes you just screw up and stuff like that happens. Okay. Take a look at the underbody. The underbody's a little bit of a mess. I might want to redo just an underbody just for this particular car. The rear should be fine, and the front should be fine. The rear is going to be, or the side one is going to be kind of a wreck. because I moved so much stuff around. So let's do that now. Let's just delete this. I'll delete those vertices. Make sure. Look at this. How did I end up? Because I accidentally had that selected. All right, let's delete those vertices. Okay. All right, let's grab this line again, like so. Make sure we grab this whole thing. I don't want that though. I don't want this. So let's give it a duplicate. And I'll make it a separate object for the moment. Hide this. We kind of did this earlier. I'm just going to end up redoing it. Just because, like I said, I made so many changes that... Alright, let me get rid of this sharp edge here. Make it a smooth edge. I made so many changes that it's just going to be, like, easier just to make a new one. Let's just do that real quick. It doesn't take too long to do this. And we'll face that up there. Kind of do the same thing over here. Okay. Face that up there, and we'll do what we did earlier here. Do a quick extrusion along the X, and we need to remove that from the vertex groups. Make sure it's removed from all of them there. Okay. Alright, now we extrude one more time along the X-axis. Line it up with that. Scale X0. Okay. And then we can just face, right? Face that up and face that up. How come that didn't face up right? You're supposed to face up this whole thing. Come on. Come on, man. Alright, let's face this up. Still trying to triangulate it. Don't do that. Give me a quad. There we go. Make sure I didn't accidentally get any doubles. Maybe that's my issue. Nope, no doubles. Alright, now we correct our normals. Check the normal direction. And it's facing the right way now. And make sure that it's all paint material. Should be. Assign it. Okay. Make sure I assign it to the underbody group. Make it a weight of 0. Assign it there. Now it's part of the underbody group. Let's unhide our sedan. I can take the face orientation off and we will join it back together. Make sure I have auto merge editing off because I keep forgetting to turn that off. Alright, so that, and that should all be... oh, that's because, yeah. Because it's on the, it's okay. It's shrink wrapped. I think I just need to remove it because I've already kind of fixed this up. So let's just remove everything from shrink group 1 and it should be fine. Yeah, that's all the problem was. All right, so now I have a nice working underbody. Not a big mess. Decent doors, the RX-7 rear door. Pardon me. Okay. Well then, what's left to do is to make the mid-engine variant, and that one looks... I'll just pull it up on the interwebs. This photos is causing me a little bit of grief, huh? Where did I put that Panamera picture? Right here. So let's try rough CTR 3, what we're looking for. And looks something like that. See if I can get like a side view. No, not the old one. Looks like this. Looks like this right here. Has this it looks exactly like a coupe, except it's just got more space between the door, so it's got room for an engine back here, and this just kind of like does this. So we should be able to do this fairly simply. Say that. I say that now. So let's go ahead and hide the 4-door. Let's create a new collection. We're going to call this the 10s SS underscore long wheelbase underscore coupe or whatever, ME coupe. Just call it a long wheelbase coupe. I'll know what it means. Alright, so let's grab a blank car. We had made a bunch of these before, right? So I'm going to just grab it and move it into the long wheelbase coupe section. And I'll rename it, right? Same thing, LWB underscore coupe. Okay, now I need a target. Let me hide that real quick. So this is the base target, which we'll base it on. And so we had that, and we had our long wheelbase target. We don't want to use the long wheelbase target for anything other than length. So let's grab this. Let's make a duplicate. I'm going to name it to LWB underscore coupe. Okay, and hide this target. Grab this one, and so from here, like I want to actually preserve this shape exactly as it is. The only thing I want to move is basically everything from here. Just working on it, working on it, working on it. Basically just want to move that back for the most part. Duplicate it, grab that section there, and move it back. And we'll kind of stitch it all together. If I just move it back, that might actually start me off in the right direction, but you see my polygons get all kinds of weird. I think what I'll do is actually I'll split this up. How do I want to do that? What's the best way to do that? I think the best way to do that, let me just move it back first. So let me go to the side view. Let me go ahead and make it so I can see the longer target. I'm just going to move it back until it's the same length as the other target. Get a better view of it here. Because I'm going to use the same wheelbase for this and the Panamera version. Right. Alright, so now I've done that. Let me hide the long wheelbase. Nope, the long wheelbase sedan. Now I have this. And so what I'll do is let me just knife tool this section here to about there. Yeah, I actually just want that selected, and I'll delete it. Okay. So now I can just kind of... maybe I'll just slide this one over here. And I'll take these guys and kind of just move them back a little. Throw an edge loop in there. Let's see here. I don't want to mess with the shape too much. Kind of move these into position a little bit. Something like this. Alright, now let's face these up to about there. And then I need to like extrude this. And it's going to get, this is where it gets a little funny looking in the back. So, I mean, this has a wing that kind of breaks up the shape, but it gets a little bit flat, and you can see the wheels bulge upwards. I can't do too much of that because I don't want to deal with chassis clipping, but I do want to mimic it a little bit, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I really actually do want to mimic it too much, because it could create so many issues. I just want to, yeah, it still looks pretty cool from the side, even if it doesn't have that same fender bulge, that kind of cartoony looking fender bulge. It might help me make this look a little bit better too. So let me actually try, let me start by just facing these up. Face that up, and go face, face. Something like that, just to get started. So now it gives me kind of a little slope, which is kind of neat. Means I need to move. Let's move this one back here. Move these couple of guys this way. Something like that. Just cleaning up the mesh. And then I only need one edge loop in here. And I'll just kind of move that guy down there, and that guy down there, and that one down. Whoops, that one down here. And we'll face the rest of this up, like so. And so we get that kind of a shape. So it's not exactly the same, you know, it doesn't have that sunken in. I could probably sink in the back over here. I mean, the more I change this, the more I got to mess with the actual mesh. Let me try. Let's try to like get a little halfway. Maybe we can do a little bit of both. You know, let me try like this. Just kind of sink this down like so. How's that look? Probably needs to be a little more detailed. Let me grab some more of this. Let's just sink this whole thing down like so, just a little. Still, I'm happy with kind of what I'm looking at. Probably don't want it to be this sharp. So what I can do to fix that is just kind of start edge sliding these over and evenly line it up this side. And I'll fix these up here in a second. Just want to get these lined up where I want them. So yeah, let's try something like that, and then just start kind of lining these up. Oops. Over here, guy. That might be the seam I'm messing with, but that'll be alright. So, okay, that kind of gives me a little bit of that. So now, let's see if I can... Maybe I want to bring this up a little. Something a little bit like this. Kind of keep the bulge going, and maybe I want to bring these up some now. That one over here is going too far up. Let's kind of make this flatter. It's a little funny with that depression in there. I don't know if I like that. Maybe it's just one line in too far. Let me pick this guy back up. I'm going to line it up, scale Z0, like that. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if I bring this in a little, kind of bring the curvature around the bottom, kind of do this with it. Yeah, to me that looks a little funny. I guess I can make it into a morph. That's what I'll do. Well, I'll leave it alone for now, and I'll turn it into a morph later. So let me scale Z0, get that back up top here. Let's do the same thing here. Straighten this guy back out where we had it. Move this guy back where it belonged. Something like that. Yeah, and then I can just do a morph if I want to like sink that in, make it a morph. All right, so let me fix up. I still have, this is still not quite right. Yeah, just kind of bring this up a little bit too. There. That makes a little more sense to me. It gives us kind of our mid-engine, longer wheelbase looking car. Okay. I think I'm going to run with that. And like I said, I can just kind of morph as needed. Check the reflections. Yeah, we just keep tweaking this thing a little bit. Try to get it to make a little more sense here. Try to keep the reflections looking good. I know this is a little bit crooked now, but we're reflections are looking okay anyway. And this isn't the final car anyway. This is just the target mesh. It just needs to be smooth. Reflections do need to look good on it, to be fair. All right. So let's, oh, I need to rename, this needs to be named target though. Oops. Coupe underscore target, so that I know it's a target. All right, so now I get to do the same thing that we did over there for this guy. Cut it all up and move it back. So let's see, how do I want to do that? Maybe I'll cut it up like along this line, kind of down through here. I'm going to do a similar thing, right? So let me grab from there to here, all the way through to, let's say, maybe here. On down to here. Try that. All right, now go into our shrink wrap groups and we're going to change everything. It's going to create a big old mess if I do this right this second. So let me hide real quick. Make sure I got everything selected. I want selected. And let me try to pre-position it, because if I don't, I might just end up with some seriously ugly looking mess. I'm going to ignore that, because we'll make a new one again for this variant. So anyway, let me get my long wheelbase coupe target. And just move this back. Something like that. Till it matches. Now we'll change this to from coupe target to long wheelbase coupe target. So I can probably just search. In the search bar for LWB, it'll give me two options, right? LWB coupe target, same thing here. LWB coupe target. Okay. Now we're set there. We can make it so I don't see the target. And it looks about like that, and we haven't done anything. That's a pretty good start. We've barely touched it, and it's already looking good. So let me tab in here. Let me just select this and delete it. All right, and then kind of what we did before, right? Maybe I'll just knife tool, because I can actually use that. Let me just knife tool from here to here. There to there. Right? And delete it. There we go. Cool. This one might actually go pretty simply, now that I'm thinking about it. Not go too bad. Let's edge slide this guy over here. We've already got a lot of stuff in pretty good alignment. Let me just face this up. See how much I can get faced up. Let's face that. I think we'll do kind of the same thing we did before. We'll just move it around. Move around vertices a little bit until they start to line up. Not getting too much. Not doing too much crazy. I don't want to move stuff around too much. The less I move stuff around, the more I'll be able to preserve the shape. Oh, stuff like that. A little bit of movement. A little bit of movement there. Let's go ahead and face this up to about that point. Okay. And let's see. Alright, let's face that up. Alright, I'm going to have to add an edge loop in here, which actually, I'm going to try a bevel. Let me, I was having some issues when I added the edge loop before. Oops, I don't want to do that. How about only the edge? There. I had some issues before, I think, where it didn't transfer over its values. So let me just try beveling it with like that, so I get two lines. And hopefully with a bevel, normally with a bevel you'll get a good transfer of values, vertex group values. So let's face those up, and let's bring these back this way a little. And we'll bring this guy there, and this guy like so. And we'll face that up. Whoops. Face that up. All right, now I have going on here. All right, I think I need to get rid of this edge. If this is one, hold on, do I have wireframe on? No. Yeah, that makes for a really long, funky shaped polygon. So let me dissolve this edge and dissolve that edge. Let me go ahead and dissolve this one. That'll give me a bunch of n-gons. And so now I can probably, maybe, kind of, sort of, and bring this guy down from here. Let me, still thinking. Now, how do I, you go to you, where do you go? I've got some, something's not adding up here. What did I just do? Let me save, because I want to undo. Kind of lost track of what I was looking at. So that one went there. That one went, oh, it went to this corner. Kind of weird. I'm going to leave this edge in place for now, so I can throw in at least one edge loop here. And let's see if I can kind of make this work. Obviously, we'll get it working, just got to play with it some. We will make this work. Fill that up. And then I'm going to join these two right there. And then maybe I'll create this triangle right there. See what that does. See if that messes up reflections in there. That looks okay. Now I need more geometry in here. So I still kind of want to bevel stuff. So let me delete this vertex. Bring this guy up here. I'll bevel it 3 times. Give me 3 lines to work with. Put that one there. Put that one in line with that one. Get this one in line with this one. Okay. Now, I've got this. I guess I can just face it up, and then we'll just manually join it. A good way to fill it. No easy way. This is the easiest way, I think. Just join that guy up there, and that's all fixed. Okay. So let's see, what do we got? Our geometry is mostly squared away. Oh, I gotta fill. Oh, that's right. Over here is the last spot. I needed 4 edge loops in here, so I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. Let's delete this vertex. Now I need 5. Right? Let's bevel it 5 ways. I'll give you 5 lines to work with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And kind of the same thing, we'll just have to face that up. We'll join that, and we'll just join these like so. Oh, not move. J to join. J to join. Until everyone's happy. Alright, let's edge slide these guys into position, because they're kind of out of whack. Let's get them so that they're more whack and not out of whack. We want them in whack. Alright, and probably don't like that so much. Let me take a look at what the reflections look like over here. It's okay. It gives room, it's a nice flat surface to put some like vents in here, because you're going to want to put some intakes, right? And some intakes here. Let's see. Cool. Alright, so that for the most part works. And what I need to do now is go and start copying and applying my shrink wrap, so because I'm going to mess up the mesh when I do this, and I need to fix it back up. So let's copy and apply. Come down here to the second one, copy and apply. Come down here to the third one, copy and apply. So now my mesh will be lined up with the target mesh. So now if I've created any more wonkiness by doing that, and I have a bit, I think, over here, that's probably supposed to be that way. I don't know, this I think should probably not be that close to the glass. That should probably be out here somewhere. Because I don't need that to be like a sharp line there. Let me make sure that I don't have, we didn't touch the glass, did we? If we didn't touch the glass at all, oh, a little power surge. Oh, the power didn't go out. I do have a UPS that'll keep me alive for about 5 minutes or so while I shut down, but yeah, it's been raining here in California a lot this last couple of months. It had insecure power, but hey, all right, cool. So that gives me a big engine thingy. I'm gonna call it the technical term, a thing. It's a hood, right? The engine bonnet because it's in the back. No, I'm American, man. We don't have no mid-engine, rear-engine cars in America. We put them in the front where they belong. Just make the hood long. All right. And that went a lot easier than I thought it would. As the four-door turned out to be the biggest nightmare, I thought this was going to be a bigger one. I'm kind of happy with that. People are obviously going to put your own, you're going to put a wing back here, and you're going to break up this kind of line. And I can add some morphs to it to do different stuff. So I just want to keep it plain. Otherwise, it's pretty much done. Let's go ahead and do our underbody. Now, I wonder if I can just steal it. No, I probably can't. I was going to steal it from the, the other car. the Panamera, the coupe. So let me go ahead and deselect those. We'll do as we've done before. Shift duplicate, P to separate. Alright, now we have a separate object again. It's this here. Go in top view. Hold on here. There we are. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll just remove everything from, remove all the shrink wrap groups, right? So remove. Alright. So from there to there, what was it, 2? Oh, right, and I also needed to get rid of the sharp edge. So smooth the edge. Alright. Go ahead and give that a fill. Go ahead and face that up. Come over here. Whoops. Not mean to do that. Do that there. Face that up. Face that up. Okay. Go ahead and give that an extrude along the X. Okay. Give that an extrude along the X. Scale X 0. Alright. Face that up. Face that up. Come on. Come on. Come on! There we go. Alright. To here. Face that up. 3, 4, face. Alright. Select it all. Make sure it's paint. Make sure the normals are facing the right way. They are. Excellent. Make sure we have smooth faces. We do. Alright. Make sure that it is assigned to the underbody group. Let me tab back into it. Assign it there. Okay. Now we can just rejoin it. And it should be. Alright. That should be good. That should be good. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to. Okay, everything is working as it should be. Let's get out of face orientation view. And that pretty much does it. That's all of our variants. We've got our mid-engine, long wheelbase car. We've got our long wheelbase sedan. And then I think we did these yesterday, right? Or no, we did these this morning, didn't we? The convertible, the soft top convertible right there. And then we've got our target top, which is basically the coupe with a seam right here. And then our coupe, the original one. Bada boom, 5 variants. Cool, cool, cool. Looking good. Alright, so I guess the next steps, because I have to change the order I do this now because of the way I'm doing seams, I guess the next step would be to apply the mirrors, to do the UVs, and then do the seams, and then I can do all my morphs. Which is fine. I'm not going to rig anymore. I'm not doing any more bones. I'm not doing any more morphs with bones. Everything is going to be shape keys from here on out. So there's no reason to worry about that. So I don't have to add anything to it. Like, because if I was gonna weight these cars, I'd have done it, I think, before I even started making. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not too concerned about it because I'm not doing it anymore. Just shape keys. All shape keys from here on out. They're so much easier to do. They're more powerful. They don't screw up your reflections. Cool. All right, so let's see. Where are we at here? Probably time to wrap it up for the day. Yeah, if there's any more questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. Let's see. Tomorrow. What will we do tomorrow? I guess we'll do exactly what I talked about, right? We'll do what I said a minute ago, right? Which is... I'm still trying to beat this into my brain because it's a totally different order than I've made all the other bodies. Not get it screwed up, right? So we've done all our variants. We do the UVs, then we do the seams, then we can do the morphs. Yeah. UVs, apply the mirror, do the UVs, do the seams, do the morphs. Apply the mirror, do the UVs, do the seams, do the morphs. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow.